And let's go ahead and welcome out your first squad from Sand City. It's the Sentinels.
Interesting that their evolution has been a Killjoy and a KO to the KO and the Vise, and now a double duelist, but still keeping that Vise in there for 100 Thieves. They look over towards the B side here with a bit of a default look towards the right, but great pressure as they push forward. John Cutie starts us off with first blood. Util cycling back and forth. Doesn't look like 100 Thieves wants to give up the space too much. They will continue to push back Sentinels to figure out how much they want this B long position. And great hold by Cryo as he already teleports back over to see what's going on at A.
And now we get into the mid-rounding where Sentinels, you remember what the Zekins just talked about in the video, where it comes down to adaptability. If they're not facing against something that they're used to, they kind of just crumble. And this is a perfect example right here with this double duelist that 100 Thieves are coming out with. And we're in this mid-mark where Sentinels are kind of split across the map. Giving up here this B rotate in the very beginning because they were getting pressured by 100 Thieves. But they're slowly going back into this split.
Yeah, they're very healthy. Easy to keep peeking that long side. 100 Thieves are going to sniff this out and start leaning back to the correct way. Seeing the stars go down, they try and position for a bit of defense, but this street lurk could be huge once the engage happens. EU's eyes are on that position. Oh, but his eyes get closed really fast. Lights out for him, and Sentinels come flying through. Xander just able to creep around the backside of the site now as he waits for Cryo to come in. Zelsis and John Cutie trying to pressure the plant.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Oh, slowly the creep in from Cryo, ever so quiet, is able to get that first one, and just a sliver of health here for Zelsis. It looks all too over here in favor of 100 Thieves.
One enemy remaining.
Zelsis says no. Zelsis says no. Does find out where Cryo is. Gets out another Vines. Starts to delay a little bit more.
Misses it.
6 shots in the Ghost. Knows the defuse is a fake. Sees the leg. Gets to play the time. Gets to play the position. But now behind the box device, the Vines go down. He's playing Cryo. And he gets Cryo. The triple coming in from Zelsis for the Red Bull clutch.
What a start from Zelsis.
Same thing towards B last time Sentinels did. They feel comfortable having that kind of default on the map so they don't have to fully regain any position with too much utility.
Big map manipulation. So Zik can already TP back with everybody else. You see here now the inserts on the initiator of Narrate instead. So at that minute mark, they're trying to see if 100 Thieves are going to try to push out. But 100 Thieves have found a little gap. They've gone behind Zelsis. They might catch players off the rotate. Boostio's going to hear this. It's going to keep the 2 players towards the A side ready to go.
Spike down.
Ooh. Did not expect that push up that far from 100 Thieves on this round after having sourced the map. Sentinels get caught off a bit, and the same thing goes for Xander here as Zelsis comes flying through mid, and now he gets to play the push and pull on the backside. That's going to be tough, but Asuna, Asuna with another classic 3 coming up very fast. Cryo clears one. That's the power.
Exactly. Pack mentality. You already have a TP back towards the spawn. 100 Thieves are in a good spot here to just have the numbers to stop this push.
Ooh, tough spot for Xander. He's going to have to spray a bit. That's going to be a Phantom in the hands of, what is that? Zelsis? Narrate grabs it, but has to plant towards the right side now.
Out towards the church. Big Vice ult coming out from Zelsis from how he popped off on the first and second round. That's going to delay the retake even more for 100 Thieves.
Keeping that Phantom protected here. You see it right in front of Zelsis on Narrate. They start to move in. Forefront of this is going to be Asuna to make the distractions, break the crosshairs. The rest of 100 Thieves come through with shots over the shoulder of their teammate to clear the site. And John Cutie, Sheriff, has to really ring true here if they're going to find anything. Cryo cleans that up. Of course, the Sentinels is definitely working the middle of the map because you also have Boostio and Asuna so far up street.
Everybody could be heavily focused towards the middle A side because of this position right here from Cryo. Even holds for information. This now confirms the hit towards the A side, and Sentinels knows that they have to come through, but the decoy brings up the wall, and now it actually even slow things down even more. And now 100 Thieves are in a perfect spot once again to stop the push from Sentinels.
They still have Boostio on that lurk, so the focus is now towards A site. Zekins trying to open this for his team. Maybe some util over the shoulder to gain that space, but it's just going to be some of the dry peaks.
Big
Relay
stun.
bolt coming out. Yeah, that's going to be a hit and no more movement forward, but Narrate still finds Cryo. They're trying to peek out of the woodwork, and these are the shots coming in favor of Sentinels until 100 Thieves close in from each side. It's, however, just Boostio left after the firefight inside the site.
And they don't know where he's at. It's been a while here since the action has continued. Finally spotted by John Cutie off that.
Some ults coming online soon, Vance.
Big ones. Big ones for sure. We start towards Art, already spotting 2, but nobody to help out on that. But that's going to help here. Sentinels start pushing forward. And even the wall from behind. Also is trying to close the gap, but he's alone.
Oh, he does hit Zelsis before he gets behind the smoke. Zekin joins the team, has to get out of dimensional drift. Narrate will watch the flank here, but it's actually a ruse. Asuna's already run back.
And getting that pick also forced out the Armageddon from John Cutie. Sentinels were ready to split towards this A side, and it's so smart here for Asuna to fall back, play the numbers, and also waste the time out of Sentinels. Now they only have a Fatal to move forward and try to retake a site. At this point, it might be, we have to re-clear with Util. We give our positions away, but the Nightfall might be the key thing, so Narrate has to stay up so far, but he's about to peek up against Boostio.
They have this backpedaling information. Now Boostio can stay safe, but look, Asuna's still pushed. Okay, didn't stay too safe there. A nice pick off by Sentinels, pressuring mid. They still have a lot of work to do. Inserted is Bang, but they got about 30 seconds to get back to this site, and they're gonna have to work through 3 members of 100 Thieves to get that spike down.
Should be a lot easier though, as we mentioned, this Nightfall available. That should hit all 3 of them if they don't fall back. And it should be an easy take, but a grab well and a spam through, and it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, great utility usage. 1 for Asuna. Dashes it into the smoke, tries to get that spam, see where they might be. Oh, wait, goes in the ultimate. They're gonna peek it, they're gonna swing it together beautifully. So Sentinels was pretty stopped on that entryway with the smokes that they had coming in from Xander. Nice little communication. And now this, again, this re-hit. The time Sentinels has to think, where they can always pick apart the map so far.
Yeah, and for 100 Thieves, you can see it in the mid mark there. Kind of just sticking together. They do have a lower buy, so it makes sense at this point. So you're hoping that you're reading correctly on this stack, and so far so good. Asuna will be the first at the point. Just got caught in the high gear, but still gets the kill onto Zekin. But it's a 4v4 with 37 seconds left. Nobody else has showed their hand, so this gives a chance here for the stack to still work.
Marked, so they know they can get around the corner here to Xander, but he wasn't cleared by the Prowler on this. Backside Util fired out. Zelsis with 2 with the Phantom through a few smokes here as they start to clean up the rest of the members hanging out from 100 Thieves on the A site. Sentinels bring themselves to 4. Interesting. Well, they get a lot of Util out of 100 Thieves there.
And also you see the setup from 100 Thieves. Usually the Vice Wall always goes up towards that long B side to snuff the cross. But because they have Cryo with this rifle, with this op, they're going to count on him first. So they could use the wall somewhere else and have more focus of defense on the A side. But that said, now we got 30 seconds left. Everybody grouped up for Sentinels for the re-hit towards the A side. And once again, Cryo is about to get tested. Easy kill in the first.
He ran out with the skills out. We all do it. EU taking down another one. That op's going to be ringing free towards the back of the site still. And yeah, absolutely stopped in their tracks here with under 15 seconds left. That is going to be a save for the side of Sentinels as 100 Thieves go through this one flawless.
That was a little bit of too much time wasted out for Sentinels. Again, that 2-1-2 that they started still didn't get too much information as well. So it'll be 4 players getting ready to push through.
Ooh, that relay bolt. Just about clocking everybody, but they still get the retaliation onto Asuna very fast as they rotate to the other side here. Center moving quick.
And that's thanks to Narrate with that haunt. Got the ping, sees some players towards the boxes, allows a free kill onto Asuna. TP is still up here for Cryo, so you could TP across towards the B site if needed be. But the rotate is actually going to be EU instead. This is a huge window of opportunity for Sentinels to take advantage of this B site.
A new look here from Sentinels right after that A hit instantly down street. Site is clear and not even a problem dealing with Boostio as they get themselves situated with the spike down.
I'll find you.
Retake will be so hard.
Ooh.
Spike planted.
Little bodyguardage. And just keeping themselves pushed off. Yeah, Celsius
very clean.
Ready. Push forward looking for more. Trying to clean up one more for the ultimate.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes hunting for it. That's a great call. But already the TP escapes. It's Cryocells trying to save his op for the next round. That's one of the things here for 100 Thieves with the aggression. You get punished out of that with the Neon. I mean, it was something that was similar when we're pulling this Neon comp out with no Sentis on Lotus, for example. And you're forcing the team to be fairly active around the map. And when you lose one so early, there's just so many gaps to explore. And Sentinels read that perfectly to go back towards the middle street fight.
Yeah.
Knowing there was such a big focus.
Initiator, right? They should have the util to make this happen. Oh my God, the meat grinder. Xander and Asuna just unload. Uh-oh. Okay, swings it back.
15 seconds left. It will allow Sentinels to get a plan, and Celsius catches players off the rotate.
Vans? No way they swing this round too, right?
They're both low on HP for Asuna and for Narrate. An ult available on the post plan. This is actually a winnable situation for Sentinels.
Low HP. Has one tag there. They don't know it's into the operator coming out though.
Beautiful sees two.
Oh my gosh.
Too clean for Narrate once again.
That is a big check mark there for Sentinels.
Back to the pistol round.
Oh my gosh,
This time with weapons.
They read it completely, but they're gonna read the speed back onto him. Relay Bolt gets a few stuns there, but they're still trying to get the trades when Zekin is more than ready to return fire. The clone helps him out, get out of that situation. Oh my God, they're just taking the fights. Are we gonna find it? Where's Boostio? Where is he? Oh, they're guaranteeing this one. Gift wrapped with the dimensional drift that they can find him.
The respect on the anti-eco, but unfortunately doesn't get the ace. And now a winning condition. Boostio always good with the Shearus. Heard where the TP came out from.
There it is. There it is, Zekin. Giving us our second.
Leading out players, but as they're adding this pressure on this art side for Sentinels, they've also prowled towards the connector so they could pinch through this. Escapes to safety at 150 HP still.
Somehow. Okay, they move out. Still this 3 pressure towards A site. Asuna takes down 1 in mid though, so it's going to be 4 pressure now, as that has to be John Cutie joining with the team.
I like that, just the fact that they push back out.
Yeah.
Caught him off guard, and now Cryo's holding alone inside the site though.
The reaction time there of Cryo understanding it's not going to be the right target. EU, everybody trying to dodge the ultimate, the overdrive from Asuna. He slides in, he goes down immediately though. Great reactions by Sentinels as they turn around and they start to wipe out 100 Thieves.
Know where Boostio's at. He just got the kill into Zelsis, moving towards the back site. Gears going and controlling the first half on the attack. Now trying to play the contact. This is something new coming out on their side. Almost caught Boostio off guard.
Oh, what a double peek. Nicely timed. The Guardian still doing damage now from all the way back in sight. And they just slow down this take. Cosmic Divide comes up, so there'll be protection wherever they want to go here.
That's maybe the silver lining.
Oh, never mind. Jig is up.
Yeah, even continuing ult for info. And even if they use a Cosmic Divide for a hit, you still have the Vice ult out from Boostio for the retake. And just that ult and keep it in that spot. Cryo now takes full control of the A side.
Sheer activated here by John Cutie.
Splits them all up now. Very difficult for Sentinels to get some good map control.
They'll start to move through the street. Guarded well by 100 Thieves here. They've split their forces, I'd say accordingly, just to delay this one. But it is going to be in power of Sentinels.
Yeah.
Ooh, trades through the wall. Nice delay. Trying to keep that angle from Sentinels getting into the site. And that's where they just start to crossfire down onto the street. 8-4 as 100 Thieves will get a...
Just trying to identify if Sentinels want to play aggressive themselves. But they're actually playing a little bit further back, trying to play double flashes to counteract on a push towards B long. And heavily lean towards B.
Oh. Smoke goes up. It was going to be a dismiss, but they're going to fight through it here. Flash goes out, just preventing the kill there. Onto Zelsis, still has to hide onto column as Asuna is bringing around the fire now from street, but Zelsis lives. He's still giving him hell here, and he's got Xander down to half. Oh, the right click just hits low, and he gets it again. A triple for Zelsis. Solo mode activated here on B long. Oh, finally, EU finds it, but it's only going to be so much. They return the favor very fast on that trade. And now Bang and Narrate have eyes on the spike, and they're working together.
And the U-tilt to support Zelsis around that. His own flash at the beginning, but then a recall smoke just to isolate the 1v1 at the top. Delays well enough here for the rotate from Sentinels, as they had their own battles to fight at the beginning towards Street. Looks like the last two players kind of want to give it up, even if the spike is up.
30 seconds left.
I mean, if you look at that respect, Asuna slides in and shoots them both. Why not?
Well, you're forcing him to walk and re-clear every single angle. So the more that he does that, the more of the clock gets wasted down. So now he has no choice but to make noise, go for the plant, and these guys could slowly close that gap, making sure that they keep the buddy system on his post plant.
Whenever it looks that sketchy, you wonder, but no, they had it. Sentinels still trading off each other. They're Narrate nice and healthy.
Sheriff onto Busio, but it has to be fairly quick somewhere, and it'll be towards Art.
Okay. That dive in, also giving Cryo a chance to get out safe on that right side back towards A. Goodbye. Bang doesn't even think twice about that.
Backflipped out of that one.
Oh my gosh, they're all so low, just trying to get into the site too. Vulnerable down here, and it's not going to help. Quick cleanup from Sentinels as they just go back and forth on the members entering the site of 100 Thieves.
It's now from getting a smaller shield with the investment of that Bucky on the previous round that they lost. And they'll try something again, working back towards the arc. But here's a push towards A, though.
Rinse and repeat, a little bit stronger at A. Like you said, they get a quick kill coming out of Zekin and start to push back. Man. So there's art control. They just keep pressuring and flexing to get mid, and now they can insert so easily.
Thing is, they lost control towards the A side, so Boostio is already down. So no lurks, no inserts. Now it's just bear fighting, trying to close that gap right here onto Narrate. But it looks like Cryo doesn't want to push down towards Art. Just try to meet up with Asuna. It's about to come.
So sketchy. Having a Neon this far back behind the lines. They're trying to figure out how to guard it. At least 2 or 3 people looking this way. You can see John Cutie still wondering if they'll come out the backside there. And now Xander playing with danger here. Zelsis is just on the other side of the smoke. There they are to find him, but Zelsis still sources a kill right off the bat, taken down by Cryo. And it looks like they'll finally have the site. 100 Thieves slowly work their way in, but hurt on the way. Oh my gosh, this is not ending. Not giving each other time to think. Oh, looks to pull out with one shot and
let that happen. So playing back to his position where he had such a good spot at the pillar. And Sentinels once again not giving a chance for 100 Thieves to even set up.
Quickly making it a single duelist comp. Taking away a lot of the pressure. And what a thoughtful buy too, with all the low armors here. Sentinels really thinking about the entirety, the state of the game, as they're taking this one round by round and looking to make it happen again. Oh, EU actually fires back on a Zelsis. A little wayward there with the shots.
Enemy down. No charges.
Street now getting so much aggression. They got to find a way to get the spike out. EU's not in a great spot, and they're going to be able to take this one down as Sentinels just pressure 100 Thieves out of position. Looks to finalize the kill with a little high-low, but Zekin will grab.
Now Sentinels are only 2 rounds away from closing it. Off the round with the barriers up. Hero Stinger onto EU instead of really giving it to Asuna, because he's trying to play with the Sheriff. But desperate measures to try to hit towards the A site, but every single time towards Art here, Riv, it gets denied.
It's John Cutie the difference. Narrates there just on the right side to help as well, and it looks like it might be. The Stingers can't get through, and 100 Thieves get stung. Match point for Sentinels. See how much room this actually gives them to hide. Cryo's not going to be able to find much. They're really going to be on the other side of the wall. He gets 1, and that gives Sentinels a bit of room to hide here. They could come flying through this wall unexpected. 100 Thieves do still have that lurk from Xander if things start to go real bad.
You talked about the ult galore out from the defensive side. The best thing here that that they have on 100 Thieves is EU, just to try to counter it back. That's why he's tucked in safe here in the corner, getting ready to pop it back against them.
Oh, one's grabbed. They see that trail running out of sight. Arsenal's gone.
But HP gone on the side.
Yeah,
of
this
Sentinels.
is going to be real tough. Everybody's trying to tiptoe around the site right now to see who can get the first kill. Nobody wants to be that first one. They are just handshaking right now, but it's Sentinels with 4 out of nowhere as they start swinging back and forth. And that's going to be Zelsis with the final one, the final round in the defuse as Sentinels take Pearl. Old school fundamental util of the blinds, the finds, and getting into sight. A little bit of a C work here to start, and a push up on A-Long.
Not even a recon at the beginning here on the defensive side. So they want to be way more reactive for 100 Thieves, but they're turtled a little bit too much. Big space
Okay.
potentially was there here for Sentinels to overtake, but Nari just tried to walk in, try to see the Cypher was playing there and got caught.
Still on this line. Austin is going to be able to tell the crossover, and they're seen. And just a slow lean, not even too much rotation too. 100 Thieves realizes anything is possible still. And you can see the insert here coming in from Zelsis to get the audio cues.
Yeah, right now Zelsis, as you mentioned, just with the camera too to look back. If anybody's going to try to move down towards sewers. And he's in a safe spot where he could actually take care of like a lurk or a flank in the in the later round. But after breaking this camera here, it's going to be difficult for him to fall back. The rest of Sentinels though still able to walk in, but stopped by Cryo.
Player standing.
Oh, saved!
Down B.
The teamwork coming up huge there. Zelsis will find one, but he's got 4 standing in his way, and the spike is very far away.
Yeah, he had a nice clutch on the first map, but this time at half HP and no razor vines will be a little bit more difficult.
No hard feelings.
Oh. Gets taken out.
A little bit of the initial setups that 100 Thieves may be exploring. And in this round, we talk about that double duelist pressure that is available.
Oh.
The push down from EU as well, and here's the contact fight.
The TP, the chaos. Oh, Cryo in a bad spot here. Gets the quick shield up, and the push from EU is going to be huge. They clean up the rest of Sentinels.
Now in this round, though, as you have somewhat of a bonus for 100 Thieves are walking down again. Another one of those moments where it's a great read.
Oh, that stun is gigantic. The follow-up there from everybody, and nothing Sentinels can do on their bonus round. What an anti-bonus.
And such strong rifling coming out from 100 Thieves in the very beginning. The upgrade for free, a couple of them as well. And the last 2, thankfully, at least a spike is dropped towards the spawn. You wait off the clock. You're trying to see if anybody overextends. You might have a chance to turn it back into your favor if you've done this before. On a 2 versus 4 on Pearl. But this time, 100 Thieves are making sure here that they're playing a cleaner round. Where they don't have initiators to find utility, you're playing more passively and watching angles and then now using the drone to clear up towards middle. They haven't seen anything yet, and it might be a tell now that the last 2 players of Sentinels are pretty much going to save their weapons going into the next round. So a nice little look at the very beginning here from the Thieves to continue to surprise their opponents in these rush moments.
I think it's something we missed from the first map with 100 Thieves is the double duelist wasn't ever really able to double duel. They were just kind of sitting back. They were playing defensive duelist the whole time.
Yeah.
Here they seem so much more activated on Haven already.
And it's closing the gap, too. I think that's the other layer that's being added by 100 Thieves, and I like that. I mean, you've heard the conversation from Zix and Dan Dryde in between the maps. Even though they've got smashed 13 of 5 on Pearl, they're still quite confident in the results here, and that's also oozing the discussions that EU even had on their own podcast for 100 Thieves, who was saying, look, we're not results-oriented. There's moments where we're going to win against Sentinels, or we pulls over to the double duelists here on the side of Sentinels. Zekin and Nari working together down towards Legacy again!
The same strategy, and they fall right into it. EU's been... Sentinels is going to have to adjust for this big time, and that might be Zelsis coming from the flank.
Both teams are unaware. I mean, they know there's a flank, but they don't know that there's 3 players from 100 Thieves about to flank behind. John Cutie gets a dink.
They're finding it. ISO'd out. It's going to be the kill contract over here. And John Cutie doesn't even think twice. Celsius does get the Kingpin flank coming in, but Boostio is now known in lower. A great distraction with the gate from Zelsis to get himself to safety, to get inside the site so they can drop Boostio and just set up a defense that is impossible for EU to penetrate.
Beautifully done by the IGL of John Cutie, winning the 1v1 fight against Cryocells. And that just wasted enough time to give a chance here for Zelsis to get great value out of his own flank. towards the long A with no support in util. The wall too is going to help.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Sentinels is putting the pressure back on just as hard, too, with those few rounds 100 Thieves had. Oh!
Slid out of it. Hit by Paranoia.
Done. Oh, just a miss there. EU's going to be able to drop narrate. ISOs aren't having a great day inside the ultimates right now as John Cutie answers back. 3v4. Sen on top for this one by 1.
Cryo needs to come up huge here and does have the suppress to work with as well with the undercut. We'll use it towards and hits 2. Ooh, too good.
They just cannot get in over each other's utility there. Sentinels. Crossfire on the entrance as the A. Utility being able to delay is too much for 100 Thieves. And EU, again, the last alive will fall to Zelsis.
This time around, almost grabbing narrate, but this time with the wall bang because a nice recon dart pings him. Now Sentinels have to react in a different part of the map. At least we have Zekin activated in the front.
I love the aggression trades already in this Haven matchup. A lot at C. Now we're getting this jockeying position for A. Mid's taken again by Sentinels. And now 1 down. They got to figure out a way in.
They heard drone in garage. The camera spotted Zelsis. So lean towards garage to fight back is beautiful again for 100 Thieves.
That double swing.
But Zelsis one more time has made his way through the enemy line of defense. Yeah, he's losing players in the process, but this is a big fight now that he could win.
Last player standing.
So quick on the shots. 100 Thieves knowing their numbers up, able to play these back angles far away from the enemies as Sentinels trying to source out what kind of trickery 100 Thieves will do, right? We just had the spike picked up on that attacker side. And they realize, okay, Austin is going to be over here. There's a bit of utility that covers him. Let's hit C. They know they'll get the softer site right away.
Trying to get a drone Hunter's Fury into the site potentially here. Camera is up. Busio just got pinged, moving back towards the spawn. John Cutie, though, doesn't want to hold on to it, or is going to hold on to the Hunter's Fury for now. Oof.
Firing out. Gets a good one. Narrate trying to look around for what kind of got him on the foot with that trip, but he does get taken down. Sentinels have the site, but worse for wear here. This could be tough to keep it going. They catch a U on the jump as he was just trying to get to a different angle.
Plant towards the back, Asano in the front.
Ooh, there's the overdrive. Can he get it to work, though? Not enough push from the backside of the site. They're able to source out every...
To get flashed by the Paranoia, so they swing towards the front just to isolate a 3v1 on both sides. So again, very quick thinking coming out from Sentinels camp. Closing their gap now by 2, fighting towards long.
They missed the flash. It didn't go around the corner. I mean, they didn't flash themselves, but still, Zekin was just seeing clear on that one, and they get out with 2 frags. Easy to start this round out and make sure they can play back in the sights. Now, Bustio still peeking man up and takes down Narrate like he was never there.
Will be another one of those rounds again. Losing 3 players so early. When the barriers come up, the last 2 potentially no choice now, especially with John Cutie's HP. To save their weapons. But they're still in a decent scenario, or a decent economy to be able to buy in the next. And it's not the best here for 100 Thieves' side, so if they could actually knock some weapons down, maybe turn it around as well. 100 Thieves in this moment are not looking to stack sites either. They're trying to play numbers, but also making sure that they're playing good defense. First contact will be Asuna here.
Quick tag.
Enemy remaining.
Dart safety. John Cutie very low. You know, Austin is going to hunt this one down. A 3K already for him on the Neon. And that's actually just Cryo grabbing that one.
To get better control. But for this round now, Sentinels, you were mentioning this buy that they have. They have an ult available for Bang as well. So I want to use a TP back towards the spawn.
Damn. Zekin feeling it on that peak, and we're not expecting the dry peaks right now. There's been so much utility used before everything happening. Easily catching someone on autopilot for a moment there. Oh. Almost getting a nice trade back through that ping as we get a cross-map trade there. B, they're still trying to pressure in. The shield comes up big, and it is not a double tap that Bustio is able to get onto Nere.
Asuna might have the time to take down the spike here. It does so.
Spike down mid.
Slides out. Look at just creating distraction, getting the kill, playing his life, playing the pressure.
Oh,
you guys forgot something. And yeah, they're just going to ult onto it. It takes way too much to get that achieved now. As the paranoia comes through, they know exactly where this is coming from.
And with the paranoia hitting the recon dart, now the last two players of 100 Thieves have to go in with zero information. Even maybe walk out through the smoke, and I don't know if they're going to try to go for it. It'll be a 3-2-1 swing, but there's still good players to help out here from Sentinel's side.
Oh. It's actually the play. They swing back in. They're going to get one. It's not going to be the trade, though. Bang is...
Pick the right camp to play for. But the Hunter's Fury available for 100 Thieves. They've done a big trap play in the very beginning, fairly aggressive from the start. But this time around, holding it back to be more reactive, and Asuna gets a nice pick.
They've been there every time. You have to expect this push. Not giving enough respect to it, and that is going to be where Sentinels pay.
He just keeps waiting towards that spawn. He's just waiting for the Hunter's Fury. Beautiful shot by Asuna, but now they're just going to play the numbers. This is nice. If there was some pressure coming back here, Asuna, well, a little bit of an overextension there.
You see what he wants, though. He's going to fight more. He was not giving up that position. He is hungry right now. Love seeing this Asuna on the field. Bang as well, though. Picked up 2 big kills in the last round and continues now into round 11 with a great starter at B. Ooh. Just on the other side of the wall is danger. He's going to make it out to teammates, though. The 3v3. 3 outside, 3 inside on B. Oh, the spam. The spam starts them off just to whittle down the numbers. They're going to go ahead and isolate one. Cryo, the better ISO in the moment, but is it going to be enough? He's going to come up, gets the kill. Paranoia, the damage is there, but it's just going to be a little. As Bang gets... Will you use, maybe? Oh, my gosh. Not going to get anything out of Zek in this round.
Paying for info too, gets another one.
Oh, they pressure the Hunter's Fury. Why wouldn't they? This is just like the C long push. We're gonna go back into the isolation alt, and it's gonna be John Cutie, a second win in Cryo's ultimate.
And the lurk from
Xander
behind
is not gonna know that Bang is creeping in. And that is just terrifying as Sentinels now have that C coverage, and it's going to be a 2v2 to end the round with Bang still alive, the one clutching each of these for Sentinels.
So the 4th ult and last one available for 100 Thieves allows to get the information and a free upgrade of a weapon for Boostio, giving a chance now for both players to work together. Quick tempo towards a C-side retake.
Last player standing.
1 for 1.
Enemy remaining.
Can it be Bang again? And it is! Bang with another! Now from Sentinels has 2 on the flank, 2 or 3 from spawn, and a very fast plant on the beginning of this first round.
Almost a similar scenario. They break the trip. There's 2 players flanking instead of 3 this time for Sentinels, but they're also faking it out. They want to add more players back towards the A. I think they're waiting potentially for John Cutie to have the refresh of the recon dart. That's up in 8 seconds. Now getting positioned.
I think it's the right choice. Just having that late flank is the one where the power is going to come. You see a few members pushing through. Zekin's going to be able to get right into sight and start really causing some chaos. Not expecting that to scoot on by them. The right clicks from Bang here are going to get a few down, but it's not going to be enough. 100 Thieves are able to find every kill needed to get them. That was a good site take, good site hold. The post plants successful there from what we see so far, but it's not full util or guns yet. We got a long way to go in this second half. Orb control is an idea here for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's quite interesting that they're giving it to Cryo, because already from the first round, EU had plants. He's already got 4.
Yeah.
They don't want to bring up the Hunter's Fury right away. The main thing is to try to probably leverage a kill contract to open up a site.
And they choose right again. 100 Thieves waltz right in for the plant, and they will have that Phantom up. As long as they can protect that in Asuna, they should be good. Just grab the other guns if they fall. There's the high. Yeah, it's just right next to the smoke. They're looking to get all the alt points cleaned up here.
Playing close into smokes as well to play the anti-flood.
Every side?
These are going for a bonus pick into the bonus round, into a plant towards B.
It's like they both had a second look at that one to really, is it happening? Yeah, it is. Wall comes in, but they're still in front of it. Cryo a step ahead. Cryo a flick ahead here with Xander just over the shoulder on his Zekin as well. And
no
Xander's
way.
going to do a leaping acrobatic.
Yeah, and we're just trying to answer back. This is an eco from Sentinels. Recon shares through walls, but Cryo's farming up the kills. So are the rest of the team. This is looking pretty good here moving into the next round.
This is looking wild. walls drop for Sentinels, and they're seeing 100 Thieves members just about every round. A search out here for John Cutie for an alt point as he's looking to go down to the spike. But this is kind of what you wanted to see out of Pearl when they got the double duelist side. And we mentioned in the break, we're like, what if 100 Thieves started on attack on that one? Well, at a half, they can start on attack feeling pretty comfortable here. They come out with 4 straight rounds.
That's
Jeez.
nice. Everybody set up. Is what we currently see here on the minimap for Sentinels on the defense. And by prodding inside garage and realizing this util, and the counter smokes coming in the very beginning on the side of C. They're reading correctly now to choose to work towards this weak side. But the trips could be good. Depends here if they're able to clear on the side of the attack. If not, Zelsis can maybe get 1 or 2 here from his reposition on top of heaven.
EU on the solo mission to dart and drone the left side. They go for the isolation here. Cryo looking to get the win. Nice damage by Celsius, but it's not going to be enough. Cryo does get the kill. They get A. They have the soft side as Zekin tries to identify and ping for the team what the possible protocol should be. Kill onto Asuna very quick as they enter back into the site. Zekin is unknown as he goes towards long A, but found by EU on that late flank. Oh my gosh, the ping, the hit through the wall. Looks like it's a finish. Busio gets the sheriff kill on John Cutie, and that is a flawless.
In a row now on the attack, but this is a good read on the rifle round of Sentinels.
These long C anti-plays that come out here. Beautifully executed by the defensive squad. This time, Sentinels very, very strong in their force. They have eyes on the spike, and they should be able to clean this up.
The lineup here, Cryo's just trying to dance around.
Yeah.
Can't do any delays. Shock darts across the corner.
Doesn't bounce off, actually hits that window, the doorway. And yeah, the last few kills come in for Sentinels. The timeout is effective.
They do have a different positioning for trips. Looking now towards the garage and towards that front B, so they do want to play a little bit more aggressive informational game on the defensive side. And it works out because Zekin's able to move up towards sewers and take down Busio.
Taking a lot of solo fights on some fronts here. Damage definitely done to 100 Thieves as Sentinels can now rest back a bit. John's still going to make sure A is clear and let the rest of the map know that they can continue to hold their positions. Because, yeah, focus should be mid and C.
And the elevation from the sewers made it difficult here for John Cutie to get good value out of pinging a player inside garage. Allows 100 Thieves to just re-hit into the site. Camera's still up, though. That'll spot Asuna moving in.
Make sure long is clear, and then the rest of the site. A beautiful paranoia just in time. Stops Bang, or sorry, yeah, Bang from doing any damage there up top. And Sentinel. They only need 2 more. This could be one of them on the buy. Bang's already pushed up. Paranoia goes, so he's gonna play off it as well, and Busio goes down. They're still ready to defend A with 3 here. And they're so ready. Double tap comes up quick. Shots are just gonna come flying out from Sentinels, and it's 100 Thieves falling like flies as they try to get into the site.
The crossfires are just so good for Sentinels. Xander alone. He's broke. Wow. Still peaks to his death. Also, 100 Thieves needs to add a little bit more util into these hits.
Speed is definitely gonna go along with that util. Hand in hand here for 100 Thieves. Dashed right under it. He dashed under it. That was so sick. Gets into the site. Overdrive is on, and he is causing chaos because they did not expect this timing. EU and the rest of the team are just obliterating Sentinels in sight. Oh my gosh. Absolute cinema from Asuna.
Keeps pushing. Flash to help. Support coming through. John Cutie, last player standing down by Cryo.
I'm built different, and I'm sure he'll do it again. You gotta imagine Zelsis just doesn't even feel protected on those, and you gotta feel protected in the isolation. There's the shot from Cryo. He takes it down.
Most important one potentially of this map. Another one falls.
Coming in for the kill. Bang's got to drop into the site. He's just trying to do some acrobatics here to bring the team back into this one. This lurk here from Busio. They're going to wait for it.
It's pinged. They know about this. Zels is watching it.
Oh, it's still going to be Busio this time. Coming around for the shot. They're looking to finalize the map. Zekin staves it off for 1 more kill, but he's got work to do.
He's got ult.
Planting the spike. Goes into dimensional drift. And now he just has to be otherworldly.
I love that they're sticking together here. He can't get value out of a shorty.
There it is. 13-9. 100 Thieves will push us all.
Of enemy lines in order to not allow cryocells to get these walls across. It's a recall smoke to try to pop into the A site. And looks like Sentinels, they want to play the retake.
Oh, Asuna starting already. Just being tricky, and he plays his life too. Just to be annoying. These little protocols they have to give him just a bit of an inch. They take a mile. And that's going to be a kill from Bang. A very nice answer there. They're going to drop in from the top of the site after the util hits, but you can see Narrate ready to answer back and delay.
Nice flash too. They can start flooding in now for Sentinels.
All right, drops are in. Everything is heard here. 100 Thieves now have to decide which way is the best to shoot. The defuse is going to go down, adding more pressure onto the site. It's only up now to EU rather. Top side, and he's not going to have enough time, not going to have enough arms and eyeballs.
Thieves to play the pulse plant on the top when it's planted for them. Very, very nicely done once again from the veteran here of Sentinels, and we are quick up middle.
W on W here. It's going to be the judge. One shot reload, but he is going to be able to get a few off of that. Make sure he's safe. A few actually shots before that as Zelsis is just doing work behind the camera here. And it is now EU and Boostio left alive. Spike just out of reach.
Narrate's first contact. Nice shot.
He's jumping around, feeling like Artson today here on the line up to the top of ramp. Finally hits. Asuna's space. No rounds for 100 Thieves yet, but each one has consisted of Asuna just consistently breaking the defensive line and the team following very fast.
Even a smoke that was thrown onto defense to try to block off vision. Cycling up with the wall wasn't enough. All of 100 Thieves already made it through. Trying to find information is the counter of Sentinels, knowing that there's still a lot of pressure up towards Heaven. Paranoid to reflank into the top.
Off the stairwell, didn't bounce the way he wanted. EU gets that one through the smoke. Narrate's actually pretty low, or another pretty low actually, goes down. And now they limp around. Spike again out of reach. Haven't seen that kind of a split fight for a while where it's just about A Heaven.
That's actually very nice from Sentinels too. They just waited for the rotate across from Bang so they could double flash from Paranoia and Narrate. So Sentinels very, very clean in the protocols. And that's something that I haven't seen coming out of the refight on A Heaven yet.
Yeah. They wanted to meet. Usually you let the team drop out or see if they'll peek you, but a very close choke point, or a very small choke point to get through. Sentinels still make it work.
The EU actually has 15 seconds as he's made his way around. He's going to have to hurry up a little bit more, though. Has to make noise now. Should be easier kill. There you go. That most 100 Thieves will be stuck here inside the site, so I love this type of look here from Sentinels, and they're trying to close the gap once again for 100 Thieves, but Asuna keeps getting denied here with counter util on the side of Sen.
Quick 1-2 from Zekin. They've still tried to take A over and over again, so we have to consider this is being conditioned quite a bit without 100 Thieves losing it. The rest of the map is still there for them to use. But man, have Sentinels locked this down. Time. Oh. There's the shots. There's the cleanup. John Cutie keeps the spam coming and collects Cryo and EU. Not this time. But that time, Zelsa is still coming up the road. During the state of the game, right? With that ult, with what can be stopped, but the control is slow. The A line for Sentinels lets them know nothing's happening, and Zekin's gonna go on a fact-finding mission and figure out the rest of what's going on. Jeez. They're setting themselves up so well in these rounds.
As they do this too, the breach is still in a good line to, well, actually I was about to say that, but it would be in a good spot here to assist John Cunin on top of Heaven, because right now Asuna is just keeping everybody at bay. Look at the amount of util it takes just to try to push him back, and he won't have too much on the retake. So now the anchors towards the A side have to come up huge.
Oh, Zekin still clears though from the site. They didn't know he was just down towards elbow, still being able to be very mobile around the map with these gate crashes. And now another moment of wonder for the side of 100 Thieves and Sentinels dying. And you need someone to clear them off the map. It's been absolutely wild. So where do they go from here? Spike's going to be towards mid, and still Sentinels feel like keeping all this initiator utility together so they can either retake or delay a site. So smart.
The one thing they could really do right now is try to play contact in the very beginning, but both initiators are looking to allow the 3 players to push up towards B Heaven. There's that util to push through. Nice opening by Asuna.
Push off. Salvo comes through to give them quite a bit of room, but they're still, it doesn't seem like they're confident to take it. It's just giving them baby steps here, and they need more than baby steps to get into the site with this low buy. That's a quick kill from Narrate. More delay in the aftershock. Cryo could really get some big space here, but no, Sentinel is very... Operator finally. They're feeling comfortable. They're feeling rich right now. Zekin's going to hold the B line, and that just gives everybody on the map comfort to watch everything else if he isn't seeing anything, which his vision's going to be flooded in a second. The quick pick from Boosty. Oh, the drone's going to push him just offline, and they're going to have freedom on this one. Nicely played, not going in dry on that peak, and the utils flooding into the site with a Cosmic Divide for protection.
The wall doesn't really allow for them to plant. They have to actually fight through this.
That's a little weird.
Okay, thankfully nobody's fighting back.
Spike planted.
Whoops. They'll be able to get out here. 2 left. Oh, the wall in their face doesn't go over the spike, obviously, but they still have the avenues to shoot through. 100 Thieves, get them 4 ultimates still ready. And Armageddon right off the rip coming through.
He's stunned, slow, low HP. Still alive somehow.
Yeah, that was very close. Zelsis going to be limping around the rest of the round on this, and they're going to see if they actually got any follow-up damage to look at here.
And you want support on mid? Yeah, let's bring the whole team.
Ooh, they support very well. Crossfire coming in more so from the side of Sentinels. 100 Thieves feeling the pain on this, but EU's quickly able to answer back and even out the numbers. Wow, Xander's moving forward here aggressively on the Astra, takes down Narrate. A huge frag for the squad as they continue to take space. A little ahead of themselves.
Especially when Narrate has his own Rolling Thunder to counter back. Beautifully done for Busio, and also by EU, not to give a chance here for Zelsis to get that pit out. But this push from Bang, spotted now by EU. But this will potentially get John Cutie ready.
Still have the util.
There's going to be an overcook now, because he TP'd towards that spawn. Now the players are going to walk back towards A Heaven. They're walking for contact.
30 seconds left.
No sound made. And this is up to John Cutie here. He's actually figuring they're going to go both sides. And just keeping 1-1 in sight. Xander about to walk into the crosshair, the double up! And he sees the Teo salvos. He gets the Teo shot! Disgusting stuff. The timeout snuffed from 100 Thieves. They try to re-rotate. And the quality tactics, read it as it is. EU starts off with a very nice first blood, though. Taking Zekin down is going to slow things down quite a bit here.
Zekin looks like it was tunnel vision to try to take down Cryo. EU wide swings and picks him off, and that now gives another gap towards middle that 100 Thieves could start taking advantage of.
Asana on the stinger. Expect him to go into that showstopper form at some point and continue to use that in the face of Sentinels. Both initiators still, though, for Sen here, ready to delay it A. Deep in sight, though. Actually, close in sight, I should say. They're in some pretty dangerous spots if they do hit with Asana's ult.
And Cryo was actually anchored up on that B side, so calls out that there was a smoke and paranoia, so the Omen is still on that side. They should now be ready for the initiators playing towards this A site here.
Really, he looked at him.
Should, right?
Maybe thought he was dead or something, but he did not die. He stands tall. They shoot him is the question. Zelsis is doing just that. Comes up with some big retaliation frags there, drops into sight to help the team after that fault line. And a third one for Zelsis here, and it's already sourced out where Cryo's coming. Anytime somebody sees him, they go down here. Zekin with the Outlaw. They still have a lot of money to work with. 100 Thieves continue to work with these low buys.
And that's all they have, right? The moments that they have these shorter buys, they're looking for a little bit more explosion towards the middle, but the default continues to be the same. So you see a timeout coming out from Zix, but they're still going for the same type of approach. But I feel that at this point, they have to be a little bit more confident on these picks. Look at this fault line to try to open up on that side. Yes, they'll take a little bit of mail. And now I want to see the overextension to continue to fight back towards the top of B. Go for this pincer maneuvers. And the pincer doesn't work. Second moves forward and drops Busio with the Outlaw.
And they hear Spike too, so the idea of what's going down on the map is also kind of pointed out in this mid push. Still, it's where the aggression's been, so Bang has not turned his eyes away from it. He knows something is coming from Mailroom. Yeah, they're very ready. ready to fault line the low buy. Sentinels is not taking any chances.
Yeah, he's got the double hands out actually to throw hands.
That's so good. Everything they're doing right now must be so annoying for 100 Thieves. They still have a chance to make this work, to get into sight, but they're stunned up for the entirety of that showstopper. Oh my gosh, they just fall into the hands of Bang. He's happy to collect two. The close-up stinger is gonna help for Cryo as he picks up another one, but Zekin,
yes, res.
again for dimensional drift. They just go for both members. 8 seconds left. Tejo is going to stop them. He's forced to plant closer. The concuss comes out. There's just too much for him to deal with. Zekin comes out of the dimensional drift. And you just go for a fodder res, right? Have somebody run up, take that mail, res him up. Like you said, it's been hard for him to find a reason for them to use it. So make a reason to use it.
Exactly. They're playing solo mail a lot of these times. Asa definitely could sacrifice his life, get a pick, and then they'll be back on a 5-on-4. But now he's sacrificing his life, at least for the first kill. Keep some players over towards that B site.
Yeah, seeing the raise too should draw some numbers. There are other players on the map. Cryo just runs into A.
And that's the res gone. Now you got no choice but to re-hit with 20 seconds left towards the B site. Stalled now by the breach.
Oh, they know two are there now. A lot of util in the eyes of Sentinels to be able to call this stall, and they just stop 100 Thieves before they get into sight. 10 seconds left. They're gonna have to rush this. No time to plan as the spike is down, and 100 Thieves are lost. All Van Silly. They've only lost that one coming into the second half, or the map, I should say, as they're looking for just 3 more to close this one out.
Oh, and a walk contact to try to take down Zelsis. Unstoppable once again. No util to really push him this time around. And already EU falls. Thankfully, we could maybe use a res now.
Nah, run over the body. Into the vent. Sasuna is gonna get Zelsis though. Drops the big fragger on the round. Bang still ready to fight. Bang is still ready to fight.
Fake TP.
Yeah.
Will not kill my allies.
Ooh, beautiful guard on that. 100 Thieves, it's taken a lot of their pressure, a lot of their presence to get through this though as the Armageddon comes through. Safety for Asuna just on the side of the ult.
We're at the edge and now a player advantage as well. Finally the res getting value. But there's a big lurk coming up now from Narrate. Full kit.
Zone is down.
This movement from Asuna, if he can stay unknown, it's big. Narrate with one already. Full util for Narrate to come in.
I love it.
And they know where Asuna is too.
Aftershot towards the back to push him out. Beautiful by Narrate.
Crazy utility usage. It's now going to be all up to Asuna. He knows he's got to look high. He's got to look low. 5 bullets left in the chamber. And John Cootie closes in from top down. The defuse for Narrate. Another round. They're playing the initiators as well towards A. We saw this from Sen. It's just so good for the retake or the delay. And Sen's focus is going to be mid here to get some util out before they commit with the spike anywhere.
Almost looks like Cryo. He's trying to move forward. Nice shot by Asuna start though.
Another? Oh, Bang with the trade. All right, already getting spicy. The 1-for-1 here. And Busio is going to answer as well. Now it's up for Sen to make that 3v5 conversion happen.
So what I was going to mention, it didn't look like here that Cryo was looking to react and wall up towards middle. They wanted to wall up here towards the top of B Heaven just to try to stall a little bit more. Nice little drone though to allow Sentinels to move down.
Just identified and taken out. Xander and Cryo fall immediately, and Sentinels know they have sight. Setting up high-low here, and they still have John Cootie in mail to deliver.
Tides have turned.
Fault line there.
Talked about that position so good there for John Cootie inside mail. He has to be cleared.
Oh, they don't check enough. And does, he jumps back again. John Cootie's always ready. He's had those flicks on point all game. EU has to deal with the mailman, and he does. Cootie's down. Low health on Narrate. Low health on Bang. John Cootie moves in, and Narrate only choice now. Doesn't even have to say it anymore.
The gamble now, Hail Mary towards the front of B, but it's weighted all the way towards the back towards spawn. Greeted by Bang, and already a 1-player advantage for Sentinels. And about to taste the victory here, forcing now 100 Thieves to just move around the map and try to find information on where they lost. on middle, at least to start.
Look at that, they know where Cryo is, they know where the wall could be potentially in a slow that would stop them. Everything else here they can run by, except for the fault line. And it looks like they are going to try to initiate. Oh, Zekin already tempting back at the site with a gate crash here.
We're flashing high for A, but nobody's fighting for heaven.
Yep. As the follow-up just isn't there when they need it. Zekin's moving forward. Another kill almost with a classic. He goes again for a fight with the team pressuring in. Paranoia goes in sight to give him distance, and it's going to hit Xander just on the end. Now it's up to EU. 4 alive here for Sentinels. They have been so strong throughout the map. They look to close this out in such a clean manner on the third one of Split as we hit this decider. And now they just watch EU jump back and forth before it's John Cutie that solidifies the final kill. And this best of 3 goes to Sentinels.